Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of At the Dinner Table with your boy V Dub, Vincent Wolf, and of course, I'm with my brethren, my brothers,
Yo, it's Green Beast Raz. How's it going?
Tig,
Yo,
Tig
what up?
Star,
What
and
up?
my boy Dennis.
Tig. And this is decked out.
And this is at the round table where we talk about issues that everyone talks about at their dinner table. At the dinner table. I was at the round table. At the dinner table, my table is square. Um,
We could be
so
in
this,
Camelot.
so this is post-election. Uh, Joe Biden has won the nomination for the 46th president of the United States. I believe this is
Hopefully that
his
stands.
fourth attempt, if I'm not mistaken, his fourth attempt running. Um, and he not only won the electoral college 290 to 214, he won the popular vote. I think it was 75 million plus to 70 million. And of course, with that going on, Donald Trump has been trying to sue them. I believe he just had a press conference. I don't know. I think it was yesterday. He had a press conference. First, he said it was at the Four Seasons in Philly. Then he switched it up and said it was at the Four Seasons landscaping store. And the store was right next to a sex shop. It was all types of crazy. And the day before that, he was on another press conference talking about how they cheated, telling people to stop the votes, stop counting the votes, because if you just count the legal votes that he won, if you count the votes that came in late, he loses. And I try to explain this to people. I was getting into a lot of debates about this because people don't understand how mail is working right now. So with mail, I told about this on my other show, and so you guys know about the mail system, how Trump started messing with the mail system.
Yeah.
Indeed.
All right, so this happened. This is what I believe happened. His idea and how they were trying to rig the election. So he appointed over 100 judges, and so he made sure that he had the Republicans had the the majority vote for Supreme Court. So it's 6-3 or something like that. Yeah, 6-3. Then the coronavirus happened. Well, I'm sorry, it was 5-4. Then the coronavirus happened, and during the coronavirus, he started messing with the mail. So the mail system, he ended up taking out boxes, reducing workers, reducing labor, reducing machinery they're supposed to use. And then where I always pronounce her name wrong. The Supreme Judge that died, uh, was it
Oh,
RGB,
yeah. Ruth Gator.
Ruth Gator Ginsburg. She when she passed, they pushed through that other judge to get the majority vote. So now the mail's messed up. It's election time. He's telling people not to vote by mail because the mail doesn't work, which even though he votes by mail, and military people vote by mail. So now he has this lie that he keeps spreading, because if you keep telling a lie long enough, people will believe it. So now the lie's out. People believe that the mail doesn't work, even though the mail is fine, and they ended up backfiring on his ass because all the people who didn't want to catch the coronavirus did the vote by mail, and that's how he lost. But he's saying that it's cheating because it came in late. It came in late because the mail screwed up. You can't mail, if you mail something right now, it will take weeks, maybe a month or so for it to reach its destination. So that said, congratulations to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. I think they're going to do well. And speaking of Joe Biden, I want to get your guys's.
You guys is?
Yeah, you guys's. That's a new word.
Okay.
That's gonna be our word for the week.
Yeah, you guys's.
You
So
guys is.
we're all in our 30s plus. You know, Tig 40.
Yeah, aren't
30.
we, Dennis?
You got the wait. I know Tig, you 40, right?
Plus.
Tig, you 40, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, and D, you're what? 41.
In another month.
Okay.
Don't
I'm 35.
age me too fast.
Green, you're 32, right? 32.
Yeah.
All right. So we all grew up in the 90s, right?
Yeah.
Now the 94 crime bill came out, and it was detrimental to having black people go to jail for, drug charges, any charges, throwing a lot of black people in jail in the 90s. Now, I remember growing up in the 90s and it not being all sunshine and rainbows. Not for them putting black people in jail, but for the crime that was going on. Right? I mean, you tell me. That's what I remember. Huh?
You talking about 42nd Street? Sound like you're talking about 42nd Street.
42nd Street. Hell, the block Green grew up on, Davison.
176.
There was drive-by shootings every goddamn day over there.
They had. I think that's where the trap houses originated from.
Yeah, it was so bad, but I just don't understand why people believe that. Yeah, the 94 crime bill was really bad, but there was also the Women's Rights Act in that bill. There was also the ban on assault weapons. So for people to act like 94 was amazing and black people was just out here minding our own business, wasn't doing that, and they were just scooping up black people and putting them in jail, I feel like we're not telling the whole truth. You understand what I'm saying, folks? So, like, I remember the rise, because 90s was also the rise of gangster rap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, tell me you guys' thoughts on the 90s. What do you guys remember in the 90s? Other than real good music.
Yeesh, the 90s.
I know it's going to be old, hard for you two old heads, but.
Wow, that's crazy.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, honestly, for me with the 90s, what I remember from the 90s was pretty much just me going to school. Like, I had a real protective mother, so just trying to go outside was just next to impossible. I had to become real inventive with ways just to get outside. Hey, Mom, I'm going to take out the garbage. 4 hours later, I'll come back.
No comment. No comment.
Yeah, like 4 hours later, I'll be coming back, and then the first thing she says, "So, did you sort it while you was out there?" I said, "Yep." Had to take out the cans, had to take out the glasses. I had to put it in the right spot. Made sure did my part.
Now, why was she so overprotective?
She just our area wasn't bad, but we did have corner boys and everything that was in the neighborhood, so she didn't want me to get caught up. And I was already smart enough not to get caught up in it, because just from, like I said, I used to be able to go to school by myself at that time. I mean, hell, I was in my teens, so I would be able to see the different things that was going on in the neighborhood. People selling drugs, people strung out. Yeah, I was able to see it, and I was able to go ahead and make that determination of, yeah, that's not going to be me.
I think
that's what.
I was gonna say, because I think the media played a big role on that too.
Yeah.
Because the way that they portrayed it, it's just like just like they were saying, it was really just black folks. Be careful of them black folks. You don't know.
True.
Doing all kind of stuff on the corners and everything like that. And then, when we out in the neighborhoods and everything, like, yo, we outside playing baseball, chilling, playing basketball in the crates out inside and all that, just like everybody else. What's the big deal?
I ain't gonna lie, your picture scares me. I ain't gonna lie, because it's like a dark silhouette over your face.
You see, it's the same exact thing I was just talking about.
We're all thinking the same thing. When you start talking, speak to it, it look kind of scary. I ain't gonna lie. It's because the background, and it makes it dark, so we can't really see your face.
There we go. Now we see you.
You just look like an unlocked cat, like a character that wasn't unlocked yet. Straight up, that's what you look like. It's all love though, cuz it's all love though.
Yeah, but like I said, it was a big time for the media to step in and say, all right, we got drugs and all kind of other stuff going through all these black neighborhoods. Especially in the 90s when it was like the height of gangster rap, when it was really making that impact on our culture. And we start throwing on the baggy pants and the backwards caps and the hoodies.
Yeah.
Like that's when it really popped off. Like it really, really popped off. And the media just took hold of that and ran with it. So even the rest of the world, like I got, a bunch of people I work with, they all still tell me about how it's so culturally shocking to them to come here and discover that things are nowhere near, especially when it comes to black people, what they were portrayed to be on TV. Like they come in with that bias already in their head because that's how we were presented.
Yeah, it's also you're absolutely right. Like the cultural conditioning and the mindset that they portray us as before they even meet us and talk to us. Like it's an automatic in their head. They like, well, whatever I see on the news, that's what they say. That has to be true for everybody, and it's not. Like it's hard. It's hard to not live up like we try not to live up to the stereotypes. I think everybody does, but I think black people try the hardest not to live up to stereotypes.
Yeah.
And it is a hard thing. Like it's something you gotta manage every single day. Like not be angry all the time. Try to be on time to work. Try to, be respectful, dress a certain way, like it's so much stuff that we gotta do that it's tiring sometimes.
Yeah.
But let's move on.
How about since we were talking about an election, how about we talk about an election that happened in Kentucky, where French Bulldog has become mayor.
I guarantee that's an all-white town. Because if it was black people, it would be a pit bull.
100%.
Well, I mean,
it would be a pit bull.
I don't know, because the previous mayor was a pit bull.
It was.
Yeah, it was a pit bull that served as mayor since 2017.
How do you elect a dog to be mayor? Like, I don't understand how that's even a thing.
It's a small town that really probably just don't need a mayor. Like they probably just have it set to be able to do everything that they need to do without the actual need of a mayor. Like this is like a town of 400, 500 people.
So they elect a dog.
It's a novelty for them.
That's crazy.
Yep.
So who picks up his dog shit? Like what aide got to pick up his shit when he goes to shit?
That's a damn good question.
And will there be an increase of fire hydrants?
I'm more than sure there's going to be some type of ordinance. But this mayor is kind of young because he's only 6 months old.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, he's gonna have all the other dogs chasing him around, all the female dogs. Try to get try to get in his doghouse. Get some of those kibbles and bits. That's what town was that? Kentucky?
Yeah, that was in Kentucky. That was a town in Kentucky.
That's
hold on. What was the town?
We might have a guest appearance. Just to let y'all know.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
gonna
really?
have a guest appearance, but who?
We might have a guest appearance. She's working her way up to it.
Is
Oh,
that her with the camera with the shadow on your shirt?
Mm-hmm.
Look like you playing double dutch.
Yeah, that's her.
yeah. Rabbit Hash, Kentucky.
That's a lot to say. Rabbit hash.
Rabbit Hash, Kentucky.
All right, that sounds like a town you don't want to. Your car don't want to break down in.
Yeah, man.
That's exactly what that
So they
sounds
stick a
like.
mirror on you, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what that sounds like. But all right, guys, let's take a quick break and then we'll be right back chopping it up. We'll be right back.
Have you always wanted to start your own business, but didn't know where to begin? Have you already started but realized you were lacking the basic essentials for establishing your venture? We have good news for you. Bay Scholars Inc. has created an online entrepreneurial course that will show you step by step how to start your business and the requirements needed to maintain it. Through use of whiteboard animation and screencast videos, our Young Entrepreneur Program basic course will give you a thorough understanding while keeping you engaged and anticipating the next lesson. And the best part is that this course is completely free. Go to www.yepbayscholars.org and start learning today.
All right, welcome back to At the Dinner Table. It's your boy V Dub with Tig Star, decked out and green. And so, like I said last show, I don't really watch sports, but if it's in the news, I talk about it because it's in the news. And apparently, they're trying to bring back basketball in December. Right? What's the date?
Yeah, December. I think the starting date is supposedly December 22nd.
Now, I get that they were on break for most of the season, and it came back and did that 90-day bubble, and LeBron won the championship. But you think it's too fast after, what was it, last month, the championship? It was last month, right?
Yeah.
So they only had like a month, 2 months off, and they're going right back to basketball? I mean, like, is that enough time? How long is the off season?
Yeah, I mean, no. Well, all seasons usually basically what? What is it, Green? Like 3 months, 4 months, something like that.
Yeah, 3-4 months. Yeah. So
Yeah.
like,
The problem is, from what I understand, like the initial argument was, yeah, you know, it's just too quick for them to be coming back. But you got to keep in mind that they were off for the beginning of the coronavirus when they shut things down in the first place.
Mm.
So they had they basically had their off season already, and then they came back and just continued the season that they were already in the middle of. So them starting up again so soon, it's not really a problem because it's about the time of the year that they'd be starting anyway. It's just that since they were just finishing their original season, them starting again now, it's just awkward more than anything. So people are complaining about it, but the commissioner, Adam Silver, and everybody is basically being honest about like, look, man, you're gonna lose I think it was like $650 million in revenue as far as their pay if they don't start now. Like if they don't start by Christmas? I think it's by Christmas if they don't start. So yeah, I'd start. Dribble that
but
ball.
they ain't hurting for that. You know what I mean? Like,
I get it, but I mean, we working, right?
Yeah, we working because we ain't making millions of dollars.
Now, I don't know about you, but I know I done had a summer off. Do you have a summer off? Anybody had a summer off?
No, I have some off.
Okay, so I mean,
but what I'm saying is, I don't know. I just feel like with the rise in cases going on, and especially NFL, they got like the coaches and stuff are getting not penalties, but they're getting dock pays or got to pay fines. That's what it is. They're getting fines for not wearing a mask, and a lot of them are getting sick because they don't social distance. They don't wear their mask. They just acting like the Rona left, but it's alive and well. I just think that they should just wait until. I really think they should just shut it down for 2 weeks, and it will go away, or 3 weeks, and then that's it. Open everything back up, and then have a vaccine, and then get everything out. Because having the sports and stuff, I know people want to, some part of normalcy, but like it's not normal. It's not normal what's going on. You know what I mean? But I don't watch sports, so I don't really care. But I do care about the people's lives. I know you guys watch sports, and that's fine. But like even wrestling, the wrestling thing is just weird now with they put the little Megatrons in the crowd.
Yeah.
And now you can really hear them talking when they wrestle. Come on, all right, man, I'm about to do my finisher right here. Come on, man. Damn.
Yeah, it's definitely gotten different. With the NBA, like what capacity are they trying to bring it back? Are they actually trying to have people in the stands or?
Yeah, full season. Just like they were doing already, they're gonna try and start up the bubble again, from what I understand.
Mm-hmm.
So basically,
so no actual people in the stands.
No actual people in the stands. Same thing, bubble again. Just close. Was it coaches? I think a couple members, close members of the family, but they have to live in the bubble again. I think it's the mental thing. I think that's really messing with the players' heads and why they're so reluctant to do it, because it's literally right back into isolation. Especially now since we're having flare-ups, they're not taking any chances.
So are they going for a full season, or are they going to just cut it down?
The last I heard was 50-something games, so they're cutting it down some.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's December. You said December what?
December 22nd.
December 22nd. So we'll be checking that out and seeing how that's gonna go. But I hope they stay safe, and that's it. And speaking of basketball, LeBron James. Have you guys checked out LeBron James' show on HBO? The Shop.
I was watching the Obama episode. I didn't finish.
You see, that Obama. That's the first episode I watched. Was the one with Obama on it, and it was a good episode. Like it was just them talking. Basically, it's at a barbershop. Was supposedly at a barber. The original show without pandemic is a barbershop, and he has multiple guests on there and just chop it up. About different things that's going on, and about their careers and life experiences, et cetera, et cetera. And Obama was there for, of course, for the election and stuff, and to have LeBron James told this story about how his mom voted for the first time. It kind of made me feel, wonder about my mom, because I've never heard my mom talk about voting, like ever. And to hear him say that, there's so many people that voted for the first time. I thought that was a cool ass story, and it's a good show that I'm going to continue to watch. And I watched another one with Lil Nas X, talked about his career and coming out and why he didn't come out. So it's a good show. It's called The Shop on HBO. I don't know when it comes on, so don't ask me. You're gonna have to Google that. And speaking of shows, me and my girl we get into multiple debates, but we got into this one debate about the difference between sequels and reboots. Now, we are all movie nerds, all of us. So she was telling me they're coming out with a reboot to Saved by the Bell.
Why?
And she said, dude, I don't know. And she said, I forget his name, but the guy who plays Zach Morris, most of the cast is coming back. But they're playing themselves just growing up, and their kids are going to the school. And I was like, that's not a reboot, that's a sequel. And she said, no, it's a reboot. They're redoing the whole story, but they're just playing the parents. I was like, no, that's not what a reboot. A reboot is the same characters are playing the same, role, not them growing up and their kids going. What do you guys think? Am I right on that? Or am I?
Yeah, I mean, from what I would say, a reboot is, okay, we starting over, scrap it all, we're starting from scratch. Well, not scrap it all, because nowadays they never scrap anything. If it was successful, they're going to build off of it. But, yeah, it's like basically a reset. But for a sequel, it's just we continuing the story. So if the original cast is still in it and they're talking about these are their kids, this is the sequel.
Is that like, and I feel like shows now are doing that. They're doing sequels and calling them reboots.
Yeah.
Didn't Full House do that?
Yeah, Full House
was a sequel. But my girl's like, nah, it's a reboot. I go, nah. I was like,
reboot is like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That's a reboot.
Are they doing it?
Yeah.
Are they doing it as a reboot though?
Yeah, that pretty much is a reboot because they're doing it more as a drama versus how it was as a comedy.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Like she wanted examples, so I was like, I told her the Full House. She didn't want to hear any of that. So I was like, all right, the Legend of Korra, the Avatar series. I was like, that's a sequel because it's the same characters from the first Avatars all grown up, but it's not centered around them. It's still centered around the Avatar, who was the new Avatar, but it still has Aang in it as flashbacks, but it has Toph and everybody else is in it. There's just old people in it.
Yep.
Can you clean my garage? Can you steam my carpets? Can you work really fast? Do you provide your own cleaning supplies? Can you work around my schedule? Do you screen your workers? Can you clean my business too? Okay, I don't need my husband anymore.
Um, and same thing with movies too. I think movies are doing not necessarily movies, but TV shows are like the main thing for doing that. And we started this argument months ago. The first argument we had was about blackish, brownish, and mixish. And I told her that it was blackish is the main universe, brownish is the sequel, and then mixish is the prequel. And she said, no, they're all different stories. I don't know. They're not all different stories. They're all in the same universe, except for one's a prequel before blackish, and then black. You guys even watch any of these shows?
I
I know
haven't watched any of them.
I know Green does.
Popular episodes of Blackish, but I don't watch it on a regular basis.
I haven't watched it in a little bit. I'm probably like a season or two behind, but it's becoming one of the longest running black shows and the most spread out show.
Yeah.
The longest was Girlfriends, I want to say, was the longest black sitcom.
Isn't that coming back? I heard that was coming back, right?
They said that they might do a reunion thing, like a reunion movie,
Okay.
but I don't know if they're gonna do it or not. You know, I know they said something about. My girl was saying they're trying to do a reboot to 101, which will, I don't know if they're gonna do that. I don't know if it's gonna be a sequel or what. And something about half and half. They might do something half and half. But yeah, I just
Yeah, I
think,
know. For the speaking of sequels, did y'all hear about that Matrix sequel that's supposed to be coming out?
oh,
Yeah.
part 4.
Yeah, part 4.
Yeah.
I didn't hear too much about it. So what's going on about it?
Nah, just randomly watching movies in the upcoming 2 years or so, and Matrix 4 was listed up there, starring Keanu Reeves and everything. He's coming back.
Yeah, I know they were doing. They're supposed to do that, and they're supposed to do a sequel to Beetlejuice.
Really?
I didn't hear about that.
I ain't.
Yeah, Michael Keaton and Tim Burton. They're trying to get every original person they can that worked on the movie and started in the sequel, which I think is cool. I don't know if they still. I remember they were still in talks. This was like a year ago. They was talking about it. I don't think it's gonna do it. The corona happened, so I don't know what's going on. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that coronavirus, man.
Yeah, man.
And speaking of movies and shows, so there is a show that is a spinoff to Bad Boys. And it
Yeah.
comes on Spectrum. I've been watching it, and it's really, really good. Like it's.
Oh, you talking about the Jessica Alba and
Yeah, it's called
okay.
it's called LA's Finest, and it's a sequel, not a sequel, it's a spinoff to the movie. So like they took Gabrielle Union's character, Sydney Burnett, which is Martin Lawrence's sister, Marcus Burnett's sister, and it's her being a LA detective. And they explained the whole story. First, I was weirded out while I was watching it. I was like, wait a minute. How is she a detective? She was DEA in the movie. Now she's a detective. So like I was waiting for a little while, and then finally explained it like halfway through the first episode about how she became LAPD's from being a DEA. It's a really good show. And it's not like it's not really made for TV, but it has a made for TV like it's weird. Like it's like they don't curse on the show. There's no nudity, but there's there's some nudity, very little like FX nudity. Like they show like a butt cheek or something, or a side nib. You know what I mean? Like it's not full nudity, and there's some sex scenes sometimes, but there's no you're like when you watch TV shows on Netflix or Hulu, you know they have that commercial break. Like the screen will turn black real quick and then we'll go into the next scene. This has none of that. Like there's no scene, there's no like blackout scene, there's no this happened last time, none of that. It just goes right into the show, right where it left off. And it's really good. But it's
Sorry
only
about
on
that,
Spectrum. Only on Spectrum. And they're on season 2. Season 2 came out September. Well, that's the only way you can watch it. Unless you have Spectrum, and then you got to watch it on demand. It doesn't come on no channel. It's not on Netflix, not on Hulu. I don't even know they were doing stuff like that. Apparently,
So
Spectrum got a
Spectrum
whole
original.
line. Yeah, they got a
The
whole line
Spectrum
of shows
original.
out.
Wow. Okay.
whole line of stuff out. I didn't even know that. I didn't know cable companies were doing that. Because they're trying to, stomp with the big dogs. So I guess need to get the internet right. But let me not speak on that for my internet cut off. My internet cut off when I'm talking to you guys. So last week, actually, I gotta talk. I gotta get something about chess. So
All right.
I texted you guys about the Dow going down, right? And D was like, Dow's down. I was like, yeah, Dow's down like $48, man. Buy it. And in my mind, I'm thinking Dow Jones because it just said Dow, and then D had to educate me that is Dow Jones and Dow Inc. And I spent $250 on Dow Inc. thinking it's gonna go up to like $40,000. So I'm like, literally, I'm doing research. I'm like, yo, what's the projections also? And they're like, yeah, it's gonna reach this much. It's gonna go back up. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna spend the money. And it turned out it wasn't even the right one. It was, I was so mad. You have no idea how mad I was. Like, I was like, literally, like, nah, man, this is a lot. And I looked it up. I thought, man, you have no idea. No idea.
I mean, you made a little bit of cash off of it, didn't you?
No, it's been going down. Like I originally, I think it was I think I had like 460 in Robinhood, and then it went down to like 380. I was mad as hell. Then it went back up to like 415. I don't know where it's at right now. I'm scared to look. So scared. Like I think once it goes back up past like $51, I'm gonna.
I think a lot of the loss was because of the presidency. No, we were still trying to figure out who's gonna be the next president.
Yeah, it's been fluctuating for the past few days, going up and down.
But now that we know, it should steady out at some point.
Yeah, we're actually going to see really how everything's going to go come Monday, once the market opens at 9:30.
Yeah. So you're real heavy into this, right?
Believe it or not, I'm still learning. Like, I have a friend of mine who has been doing this since he was a teenager. So, he's been educating me with it.
Well, maybe we could get him on here too and educate all of us and our viewers and stuff. Because like I'm trying to learn myself. Like I bought like Siri XM, bought that damn Dow Inc. Got 5 shares of that. I bought GameStop because I thought GameStop was about to pop off when it merged with
GameStop.
Yeah, it merged
with Microsoft.
Bro,
merged in with Microsoft. I'm like, about to go down. I'm about to get this paper.
You would have been better off just buying Microsoft.
Yeah, that's what I should have did. I'm like, yeah, it's about to pop off. I was like, yeah, GameStop about to do their thing, make this paper. Nothing. I bought it at 14, and it's been like $10, $12 for the past like month. Since it happened. Like literally, as soon as I bought it, it went right down. So I got like 410. I'm $40 in the like $40 in the hole from what I had originally. But hopefully it'll pop off on Monday. Yeah, man.
may pop off the way you don't think it will, but
I hope it does. But it does center around. I just said it does center around the presidency. Even my 401k was going down during the pandemic. It went down a lot, but now it's shot back up, which is good. My 401k.
had this problem.
Big problem.
I really needed.
A good housekeeper.
And I kept searching.
And searching.
Ah! There are so many choices.
It's really hard to find one that has all the things on my list.
But I finally did it.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you.
If you were looking for one as well,
Look no further.
Here's a really good one.
Just use mine.
Use mine.
I'm very satisfied.
Definitely recommend.
Problem gone.
thank you.
Have you always wanted to start your own business, but didn't know where to begin? Have you already started but realized you were lacking the basic essentials for establishing your venture? We have good news for you. Bay Scholars Inc. has created an online entrepreneurial course that will show you step by step how to start your business and the requirements needed to maintain it. Through use of whiteboard animation and screencast videos, our Young Entrepreneur Program basic course will give you a thorough understanding while keeping you engaged and anticipating the next lesson. And the best part is that this course is completely free. Go to www.yepbayscholars.org and start learning today.
So, Tig and Dennis, I meant to talk to you guys. Now I remember what I was wanting to talk to you guys about. Since you guys are the connoisseurs of the adult beverage, and I know Tig, you watch, you research a lot of, watch a lot of drink shows. You were saying something about some drink last time we were talking about. What was it? Wasn't White Russian.
You make me sound like an alcoholic right now. You know that, right?
Not an alcohol. You're just a professional drinker. That's all.
You mean an alcoholic?
No. Alcohol is abusing it. That's what an alcoholic is. When you're abusing it, you just, sometimes you want to have a little taste. I get it. Everybody like a little taste. So, you got any? Would you? I know you went out yesterday. What'd you drink yesterday, D?
Yeah, what did I have yesterday?
You can't even remember.
Yeah. Actually, I just had Winter's Restaurant, and I had an old fashioned. So pretty much old fashioned is choice of whiskey.
Yes, sir.
Some sugar, some bitters. The sugar and the bitters is muddled. Pour in I'm sorry, I'm skipping a step. Nice large ice cube, cracked into the glass, and then you pour your whiskey over top of that, and then they also do a little bit of orange zest. And literally, that's pretty much an old fashioned. It's a nice, simple, but
I feel like
very tasty drink.
I feel like every time I order an old fashioned, I get a Manhattan. I feel like every time I order an old fashioned, I always get a Manhattan. And then I drink it, and I'm like, this ain't a old fashioned, because old fashioned has like old fashioned supposed to be dark, right? And a little darker.
Yeah.
And
it's dark, and it's like a nice smoky, oaky flavor to it.
Every time I get it, it just literally just tastes like whiskey with a little. They put like that bright ass cherry and an orange peel in it, and go, here you go. I'm like, that ain't an old fashioned.
That ain't it, bro.
Yeah,
like, it is. I go, nah, that ain't. I'm like, I don't know what bartenders.
It depends on the quality of the whiskey too, because you get some lousy whiskey and you throw it in the old fashioned, you ain't gonna enjoy that either.
No, but if you could find the right bar, and I mean, right at this point in time, it's not going to be that possible, because I'm sure not all bars are at the capacity as they were, back at the beginning of the year last year. But you could have some bars that would do a smoky old fashioned, in which on top of their bar they have one little area of where they have some type of wood, maybe some oak, some pine, or whatever. They will take a flamethrower to that wood to get it all nice and smoky. They'll get your glass, wet, and once that flame goes out, they put the glass over that smoke, and that smoke just gathers up into the glass.
Yep.
Everything else with the bitters, um, the sugar cubes muddled, the cracked ice and the whiskey on top, it'll give it such a nice smoky, smooth flavor.
All right.
Yeah, if you really want to like get
So can
started
I?
on something, because instead of doing the old fashioned, do a whiskey sour.
Well, that's what we talked about that last week. We talked about
Yeah,
that
but I'm just saying
before.
like that's as far as whiskey goes. You just want a whiskey drink, whiskey sour.
Well, it's not really for me. It's for our listeners.
Okay.
That's what it's for.
Okay.
It's for that.
Got it.
So, like, can I just use like liquid smoke?
Yeah.
Can I just do a little dab and just run it around
Yeah.
the glass?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know. That's
Nah, I think
actually
you do it. You could do it. It's like I said. It's because it's more about the brand of whiskey that you got. If you got good whiskey, you're gonna enjoy the old fashioned. Or if you really want that smoky flavor, you just when you take the orange peel, just like a light fire to the orange peel for a couple seconds, and then rub it around the edge of
yes,
your glass. That'll do it.
yes.
All right. Look at you guys. See, that's
All
why I
right.
come to you guys. That's why I come to you guys. Green got his Batman shirt on, and it's a nice shirt. I'm just wearing. I had to wear it. I had a tank top on. I was like, shit, I gotta get dressed. I want my man titties out. So we are coming to the end of our show, and it has been a great show. We both, bounce stuff off each other. I just want to leave our listeners with this, and one thing I've learned so far, coming towards the end of this election, is that people really forgot about George Bush, and I feel like George Bush deserves some recognition, for having like high gas prices and tanking the economy. Um, you know, having that shoe thrown at him at that press conference. I'm never gonna forget that. I ain't gonna care
No,
what nobody
no,
says.
Didn't he dodge that though?
no.
Huh?
Didn't he dodge that?
Yeah, he
Yeah, yeah,
died.
yeah. He dodged it.
He dodged it.
Like
You
the
can.
Matrix, he does. He
And did he throw both shoes? I think he threw both shoes at his ass.
missed,
Nah,
I
he
think
ain't
he
make
missed
it
him
to.
with the first one. He didn't get the second one out. He was going to throw the
Yeah.
second one. He took it off, but he
Man,
never threw it.
if you get somebody mad enough for them
Oh,
to take
shoot.
off their loafers to throw, yo,
Mhm.
I cried when I saw that. I was like, yo, that is some funny shit. No, and he, because like when he threw it, he went like this, like real quick. Fucking what is it called? Secret Service was just like, I
Yeah.
think they were laughing too. They were like, just do a shoot at him. So the reason I bring that up is because so many people keep thinking that gas prices is going to go up because Biden's in office and the economy is going to turn to nothing and he's going to lock down the country because of the coronavirus. And I had to tell one of my boys, I was like, man, if it's just 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I think everybody be all right. He's like, nah, it's going to be a couple months. I was like, well, it shouldn't have to come to that if people, wore their mask and social distance, and especially when they sick or don't feel well, don't go out in public
Yeah.
and get other people sick. Like you can spread a cold. Like why wouldn't think that you couldn't spread COVID? Hell, you could spread yarn. You could give a yarn to somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like I don't understand why people can't understand the fact that if I could give you a yarn, I give you a yarn through the goddamn Zoom. But if you could give a yarn to somebody sitting next to you, why they think they wouldn't get coronavirus? So to our viewers out there, just mask up, just wear your mask, get you a comfortable mask. Please wash your hands. I don't know what it is about people not washing their hands. Please wash your hands. 20 seconds.
If you grown and somebody got to tell you to wash your hands, there's no hope.
I've told several people to wash their hands. In fact, I remember almost cursing this person out, this girl out, because she used to pick on me and tell me she always saw me washing my hands as a child, like when we worked together. I constantly wash my hands, and she was always saying, "Yeah, you better wash your hands." And I was like, "Chick, I've always watched. What are you talking about?" I was like, you constantly see me over here and say the exact same thing. So you need to tell some of these other people to wash their hands. But I digress. Wash your hands, put the toilet seat down, and wear your mask. All right? And this is At the Dinner Table. It's your boy, Vincent Wolf. We got Green Beast decked out and Tig Star on the panel. And we're going to chop it up with you guys next week. And last thing I would like to say, as always, keep betting on the Wolves.
Welcome to the Mind Bay. Now, let me introduce you to the thought of the day. Who's president? According to business law, a president is an officer and overseer of a legally recognized corporation, whether that corporation be non-profit or for-profit. He can be the only officer in the company or one of many officers that create balance to the corporate structure. He is essentially the head of his respective company and must operate such company in accordance with the rules and regulations that have been set forth in the Articles of Incorporation and the bylaws. His duties and obligations are only to such company of which he is employed, and his terms of employment are set forth in the bylaws of the company. Every decision made must be made in the best interest of the organization of which he has been deemed responsible to manage. He answers to no one outside of his corporate scope. Business law is the only law that matters on this continent. With that being said, there have been over 40 presidents employed to serve a corporation that has been established to unify unrecognized colonies and to create a system of international commerce. If you have no legal interest in this company, then the president has no duty or obligation to give any account of any business activities to you. Just think about it.